Hi, this is Maya, and today I'm showing you how to draw a cartoon dog face. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is, it's not exactly a very realistic cartoon dog face, it plays more on the cartoon side. So we're just going to draw a triangle. And you want your edges of this triangle to be pretty round, because the next thing we're going to do is come in and shorten this triangle with round edges, just like that. So that you still have the triangle, but it is more of a, looks like somebody just came in and squashed the sides. Next thing we're going to do is come in with what are going to be the dog's ears. And I'm going to make my dog's ears pointed. I actually have a dog, and he's a husky, and so his ears are pointed. So that's just what I'm doing here. Come in and define these edges a little bit. Next step is we're just going to draw a line across the face, just for eye placement and nose placement. And the top line is also for the placement. I'm going to draw two eyes here, one eye on the right, one eye on the left. And these are pretty simple. They're just kind of almost egg-shaped, but more of almond-shaped. And I'm going kind of along the husky design, so I'm going to make just two eyebrows, and that'll be where the color blocks off. Then a nose, and this bottom lip here. The pupil. And that is the basic design for the husky. Not really hard at all. So we're going to come in with our Sharpie, paying special attention to those lines that overlap, such as the chin. And we're going to not connect the ears, because we want to make sure it looks like the ears are actually connected to the head and not just stuck on behind. Those ears need to be nice and pointed. Then we'll come in with our Sharpie and we'll do the eyes. And the eyes they're round at the top and flat on the bottom, just to give emotion, and it'll show that the dog is looking up happily at his master and adoringly, and that he's happy. And that's what that flat bottom does. We'll come in with this design here. Then for the ears, we'll just come in and put in just the rim of the ears. So we have our basic husky design. That little shine just gives some more emotion. Then we're going to come with our eraser and erase all the lines we don't need, such as the pencil lines. And I'm using this special kind of eraser that takes off the lines really good, but any eraser will work, and it's important that when you're drawing to keep your hand light so that all of the lines will come off easily. And if you did draw too darkly and you can't get rid of some lines, that's okay, because we'll be coloring anyway and they won't really show up. There we go. There we have our plain Sharpie drawing. And next what we want to do is come in with our markers. And now, because my dog, he's a husky, but he's also, he's crossed with some other who knows what. So his coloring is brown and black, and this light tan that I'm using. So that's what I'm going to do. So if you want to do a different color, feel free to. It's not a rule or anything. You can do any color. And what's happening to me here is my marker is running out, and this happens to me a lot. as if you've seen any of my other videos, you will see that this does happen to me a lot just because I'm not careful about what markers I use. So while you are drawing, or before you start to color, that's even better. Before you start to color, just make sure your markers have the appropriate amount of ink in them, or you will have to switch markers, and that is a pain. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm coming in with a darker color, just because I didn't have the same marker in that color. And, but actually, I mean, this looks okay too. Coming in with this new color and doing the eyes. Just like this, I'm looking at it, he almost looks a little bit like a raccoon, which is kind of cute. I guess if you wanted to do a raccoon, you know, you just alter a couple things like the ears and maybe the face shape, and you could get a pretty good raccoon out of it too. Now we've got the eyes completed. And I went ahead and did the bottom lip and the nose because that's the way my dog's face is colored. Next, I'm going to come in with a darker brown because this is the way that my dog's name is Nemo, by the way, like the fish, because we found him. He showed up under our car one day, and we decided to keep him. But you know, since we did find him, we went with Nemo. And so we'll just come around here on the face with this darker color. And we're going to come down on the nose with the dark color as well. And like I said earlier, if you just feel like you want to do different colors, that is okay too. You are not limited to the browns that I'm using. And one thing on the ears that we're going to do is we're going to leave one section to make a lighter color, because oftentimes dogs' ears are lighter on the inside. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then I think what happened is that marker was running out too. So I'm going to come in with, I think it's the same color. Yeah, it's the same color. So I'm going to come in with that same color and make everything a little bit darker. That is why it is important to just make sure your markers are all working and stuff before you actually start coloring. But I was lucky that I had the same color in another marker, so. And once that is all done, I'm just going to go and make a couple of touch-ups here. Just fill in all those little places that I didn't get. We have the basic face of the dog. I'm going to come in with the same color, and not only am I going to touch up around the eyes, but I'm going to go in and fill in the ears too with this lighter brown. And that actually looks like it's making it a bit darker, but it's actually just because, you know, it is wet, and so that is why it's looking darker. I'm going to fill in this nose here. And what you can do that I didn't do is leave a little shine on the top of the nose, and that'll give it just some depth, but I didn't do that here. Lastly, we're coming with this light brown for the ears. And we have one more thing to do, and that is the eyes. The eyes are always my favorite part. I'm going to come in with just a kind of a golden color. Actually, I don't know. I think my dog's eyes are brown, but I like the gold better. So, and there we have a cartoon dog. That wasn't too hard. I mean, it was basically just a couple of triangles and I mean, like a nose and a mouth and stuff like that. But all of the shapes were triangles. Even the eyes were just squashed down triangles. So there we have our cartoon dog. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. If you enjoyed it, you are welcome to share it or like the video, and tell us what else you'd like to see by placing a comment below. Thanks a lot.